On today's show,
Kyrie Irving is frustrated with his young Celtics, and free Robin Lopez.
Atlanta's DeAndre Bembry joins the show to discuss his young teammates, his old teammates, and free throw distraction.
And get out of the way, weekend whoopsies are coming through.
It's Monday, January 14th. The starter starts now.
Good evening, sweet world, and welcome to The Starters, presented by Jack Daniel's Old No. 7 and Tennessee Honey. I'm Jay Skeets. Alongside me, as always, that's Tass Mellis. We've got the Aussie Lee Ellis, and over yonder, well, that's the bearded one. That's Trey Kirby.
Hey-o!
Hey, yo! TK, what's up?
Well, I'm here at the internet looking for your best tweets at hashtag The Starters. And guys, if you're trying to match up NBA players with foods to sell, you might think that Steven Adams and beef are a perfect match. Well, this new commercial from the Oklahoma Beef Council proves that's exactly right.
We put Oklahoma City pro basketball player Steven Adams on the back of a pickup truck and asked him to tell us his favorite meal.
I mean, I eat beef all the time. Like, I eat smashed steaks, like, all the bloody time, mate.
Packed with protein while providing other essential nutrients like zinc, iron, and B vitamins. Beef gives your body everything it needs to perform at a high level.
I just smash them because they taste really good.
So be like Steven Adams and smash steaks.
Beef, it's what's for dinner.
That is well done, and it brings us to today's question. What are some other perfect food commercials for NBA players? For instance, we came up with a really good one earlier today.
We put professional basketball player Lee Ellis on a picnic table and asked him to tell us his favorite meal.
Mate, I eat bananas all the time, you know? I smash bananas. All the bloody time, mate.
Packed with potassium while providing other essential nutrients like magnesium, folate, and vitamin C, bananas give your body everything it needs to perform at a high level.
I just smash them because they taste really good.
So be like Lee Ellis and smash bananas.
Bananas. It's what's for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, after-school snacks, mid-morning snacks. Have a banana.
Yes! This man loves bananas, but we want to hear from you. So let us know on Twitter what other perfect food commercials are there out there for players. Send us your best tweets to hashtag The Starters. We'll hear from you later.
That was your best acting job yet, man.
I don't think you're going to beat that one. So,
No?
It wasn't acting. The guy loves
He
bananas.
does love bananas. All right, on tonight's show, Hawks guard DeAndre Bembry is going to join us live in studio. We got new weekend whoopsies. We got some wedgies, a very solid play. But let's start tonight with a little Is This News? Trey's rounded up some recent NBA headlines. He's going to pitch them to us like he's Brett Saberhagen, and we'll determine whether or not they're actually newsworthy. Trey.
Our first headline is from USA Today, and it reads, Kyrie Irving calls out young Celtics after loss to Magic. Is this news?
This is really interesting because he continues to point out that his teammates are young. One of the very reasons why he left the Cavs, because he didn't like playing with LeBron. LeBron calling him the kid over and over and over again. He's kind of parroting the same leadership lines that he did. Oh, he definitely is. And maybe it will work out. So maybe this is news. Maybe he's taken on LeBron's leadership because it did work out in Cleveland. They won a championship. He did sort of backtrack today at shoot around by saying, maybe I just got a little bit hot.
Yeah.
It was a loss. It was a tough situation. And JT got a good shot. This is my question about the whole thing. Jason Tatum got a pretty good look.
Yeah.
He got a very good look. But Kyrie Irving kind of complained the entire time.
Well, he wanted the shot, apparently.
Well, before the call was made. Can no one else take a game-winning shot on this team? That's my question.
Yeah, I think he thought he was going to get the shot still because of the way that he instantly reacted here. But this is also the second
I don't think so, because before he was...
But he was saying something to
arguing
Brad
it.
Stevens, and then I think he figures from this, it was like, okay, we go into either Horford or straight to Kyrie, and he's going to take the game-winning shot. There was obviously some communication breakdown there. Kyrie, I think, again, frustrated because they lost to the Heat in a game they should have won. They lost to the Magic in a game they definitely should have won. And he just feels that this team, after the slow start when they were 10-10, they started to show some signs of getting things back on track. But now they've kind of taken a couple of steps backwards again. I think he was pointing out, like, if you are going to be a serious title contender, you have to play all season long and make sure you win these games against teams that they should beat. And I think he was also frustrated at the lack of bench support. When the starters went down, the bench really didn't help out. So he was sort of venting a little bit.
So this is his way, his form of leadership is what you're getting at here. Hey, let's play smarter, let's play harder, let's go and get these games we should win. Is he going about it the right way? I guess
Well, I think he's probably highlighting that some guys on the team probably on that second unit, are complaining a little bit about not getting touches and not getting shots when they're out there. And this is his way of sort of saying, listen, when you're out there, just perform and just play, because the remarks he said as well were like, guys have got to go out there and perform, basically, and not worry about when they're out there. So there's a few problems, obviously, with the Celtics right now. Again, as I said, they looked good, but now they seem to have dropped off again. And he, as a guy who's been to the championship and won the NBA title, is saying you've got to be better than that all season long, particularly in these games in the sort of dog-end days of the season.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's like we've had 2 incidences now here over the last, week or so, less than a week, I guess. The Marcus Morris getting into it with Jaylen Brown, and now this Kyrie, visibly on the court, pointing at Hayward and maybe pointing at Tatum and all that. Are these just like little moments of frustration and that's it? Or is this like a bigger issue here? And is there a divide, like some people have thrown out, that there's a divide between these younger guys in the Celtics locker room and some of the more established vets and maybe a champ like Kyrie? That's the interesting part.
Yeah.
But maybe it's nothing, and it absolutely could be. And you're right, he did definitely try and, I think, walk it back a little bit. Just him being upset in the moment of losing that game.
Yeah, he took back his words.
Yeah.
There's definitely a divide in the media because he's throwing it out there. Is there a divide in the locker room? We definitely do not know there, and they could definitely come out better on the other side. It was
Right.
like a week ago we were saying, they found their way.
Yeah, it's been a weird roller coaster season here for the Celtics so far. All right, next one, Trey.
Our next headline is from NBA.com, and it's based on a report from Yahoo's Chris Haynes. It reads, the Bulls are preventing Robin Lopez's buyout as he tries to join the Warriors. Is this news?
I don't think so. I mean, why shouldn't the Bulls at least explore the idea of trying to trade him? I mean, you have the trade deadline is February 7th, and then if you can't move Robin Lopez and you can't get a second-round pick or whatever you want coming back, some sort of future asset, well, then you have till March 1st to come to that buyout agreement. So what's the real rush? I don't think there's any, also the Bulls are cheap. We know that. Water is wet. I mean, this is not surprising. This makes sense to me. You try and find a suitor. Look, he wants to go to play for the Warriors. Why wouldn't you want to go play for the Warriors instead of the Bulls? But try and get something for him, and then if you can't, well, then you just work on the buyout then. I don't see the issue here.
Isn't that tampering already that we know Robin Lopez wants to go to another team, and he's already mentioned the Golden State Warriors in a sentence?
Well, I think Robin Lopez knows very well that I'm not going to be ending my season with the Chicago Bulls.
He's supposed to be on the leadership committee.
Yeah, no, that's true. And look, we were hearing reports that he got, there was a chippy practice here today in Chicago, and he had to have a little timeout. Boylan said, you got to take a timeout, 10-minute timeout, because you're going crazy. Because he's frustrated.
But it's understandable.
He's playing very, very little minutes here. Yeah.
He's a veteran, and he said, I'm in the prime of my career right now. I want to go to a team that's trying to win a championship. The Bulls are clearly not doing that. He's been a pretty solid professional in Chicago, and now he's like, maybe you just let me go and I can go sign with the Warriors. but as we know, the Bulls, sure, they can explore it, but then, you know what, show him some class and say, okay, go and sign with whoever you want, because he's got no future in Chicago.
After the trade deadline, we can have a discussion about them not freeing Robin Lopez. I would love to see him in the postseason again because he is a contributor. He contributed well in Portland when he got a little bit of time in Phoenix back in the conference finals long time ago, even in Chicago when they were a playoff team. And there are other suitors other than the Golden State Warriors. We don't need the rich to get richer in this situation. Houston Rockets just lost their starting center in Clint Capella for 4 to 6 weeks. But I don't really see a trade match in this situation. Robin Lopez makes a lot of bucks.
Brandon Knight? Brandon Knight in a pick?
Yeah, but why would the Bulls do that? For the draft pick?
Just for the pick.
It's got to be a good pick.
Just for the pick. I think they would take anything at this point. So, yeah, but you're right. I mean, it could be good timing for the Bulls front office if the Rockets are like, we need a center here because we don't have a whole lot of those on the roster with this Capella news. All right, time for one more here, Trey.
Our final headline is from Lakers.com, and it reads, LeBron-less Lakers stunned by Cavs. The team's own website said it, so it must be news.
Wow, yeah.
Well, a team that LeBron's on struggling when he's not there is not news.
No.
Because that's happened pretty much his entire career. I think what you saw last night, though, Cleveland came into Los Angeles to send a little message to say, hey, listen, it's been a rough season, but we want to at least get this win. This is an important win for us. And they came out motivated. They came out and they played hard. And the Lakers couldn't keep up with them. I mean, the Cavs pretty much led this entire game. And the big concern for me was there was no real leadership on the Lakers. Right. I think Kuzma played well and Ingram had an okay game, but there was no one there sort of standing up and saying, no, we cannot lose to this team at home. They've already lost to the Knicks earlier against a team they should always beat. And then the Cavs come in there and just say, we're going to steamroll this team. And it wasn't a blowout by any means, but certainly the Cavs were in control for the entire game.
It's a sign of a young team, losing those games, Knicks and the Cavs as well. And the Cavs did it aplenty when LeBron James wasn't playing. They depend on him a lot. And if you were to say they're dropping out of the postseason picture here, they're 3-7. They got another game definitely without LeBron James. we would think before the season, if LeBron's not playing that many games, that they would drop out of the postseason.
Yeah.
Right? He needs to be back.
It's interesting, though, when I look at this team, I compare it a little bit to the Celtics last year when Hayward goes down and then Kyrie Irving eventually goes down. The young guys stepped up and really made a name for themselves in Tatum and Rozier and so on. And it's like you're sort of hoping that a Kuzma or an Ingram or Alonzo Ball was going to do that and maybe even help their trade value for a big piece. And instead, maybe they're looking overvalued a little bit here because no one has sort of stepped up and taken over these games. It's interesting. All right, we got to take a break. Lots more still to come here on the show tonight. In fact, when we come back, Hawks swingman DeAndre Bembry joins us live in studio. Don't go anywhere.
The Starters is presented by Jack Daniel's Old No. 7 and Tennessee Honey.
Back with the starters, and we're happy to welcome into the studio Hawks swingman DeAndre Bembry. DeAndre, thanks for coming by, man.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. Look, let's get right into it. Your Hawks started 6-23, but over the last 14, 500 ball, 7-7. Led by Trae Young, Collins, Huerter, yourself. What's changed for you guys, yourself included, that has got you guys sort of playing a bit better ball here over the last little stretch?
Like you said, it was the start of the season for us. Young team. We were all trying to get used to each other. LP, new coach.
Right.
We were all just trying to find out how each other play, how we all play together. And I think over time that's what happened. We got more comfortable with each other. Trey got it going. Kevin Huerter's been killing lately.
Yeah.
JC's been doing what he's been doing since he's got here. So I think over the time we got to know each other and got to start playing a lot better together.
Is it difficult being on a team? It's obviously in a developmental phase here, trying to get these guys reps and stuff like that. And you see Hawks fans like, hey, we want you guys to lose. We want that better pick. Is it tough as a player when you know that's going on? It's like you go out, you get a win, and then you got some Hawks fans going, oh, you're ruining our chances at a higher pick. Is that
definitely,
frustrating?
Definitely. I mean, I dealt with that last year as well.
Right.
Going into my second year. Last year, Bud was with us. But I mean, it is. I mean, everyone's talking about it, but I mean, the only thing you can do is go out there and play.
Right.
And that's my mindset: just go out there and play. And we've been playing well, and that's what's helped us.
For sure. All right, let's. We got a bunch of stuff we want to ask you, so we thought we'd play a little true or false. As simple as that. We got a question for you. You hit us with the true, you hit us with the false. It's the DeAndre Bembry edition here. First one, true or false, DeAndre? The robot is the best way to distract a free throw shooter.
True.
That's true? Now, are you sure? Because you busted it out against the Lakers, and I think Kuzma knocked down the free throw here. Yeah, here's DeAndre on the sidelines. Watch the moves here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sort of a smooth robot, I guess.
Yeah, that's one of the things me and Kevin Huerter came up with. I was like, yo, watch it's going to work. It didn't work that time.
Right.
But it's a good percentage on it. The next one, LeBron missed 2 of them. They
Yeah,
same game.
that's right.
And it worked.
Okay.
So I went 50%.
So it sort of works.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a good stat right there. We saw on your Instagram that you recently went to an escape room. So true or false, you can escape any room.
False.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Did it go
Was it
poorly?
a bad situation
I'm
there?
the last person you want to take there.
Seriously?
Why do you say that?
Was it your
I didn't
first time
help
doing
any-
it?
I
Or
didn't help anything when we went there.
you just sat there on the
Luckily,
couch or something?
Exactly. I was just in there picking stuff out that didn't help us escape.
Like, what's this?
My cousins and my bro Russ, they helped us get out.
Yeah.
I didn't help at all.
Did you escape in time as a group?
We ended up escaping, yes.
But you just did nothing.
It had nothing to do with it.
Okay, good. You're an honest man. We appreciate that. All right, next one. Something we've debated a lot on the show here over the last little year. A lot of fans have chimed in. True or false? Your teammate, Vince Carter, should go win the dunk contest.
It's okay to say false.
True.
Yes. Yes.
Come
Why
on.
not? His last year.
Come on. You really want to see Vince? He has
still
the
can do-
perfect dunk contest. Why?
He can still
Why ruin
do
that?
plenty of stuff.
Yeah.
He wins no. Look,
Look, we're watching
Yeah,
it
we're
right now.
watching it, yeah.
These are all
People
from
can't
this
do
season.
He is 41 years old. He's turning 42 in a couple weeks
Yeah.
here. What is it? Yeah.
Yeah, 26.
I think he should. His last year. Why not?
Hold on. We got to confirm this. Are you confirming this might not be his last
Oh,
year?
it might not be. I'm
Yeah, okay. Just want to know. Whatever it is.
I don't know. I would love for him to stay another year.
Yeah.
But, you never know. But I agree with you.
Is
guys.
it cool having him around the team?
It
Obviously,
is.
being the
He was
vet.
my favorite player growing up.
Right.
So once
amazing.
we signed him, I was like, wow, this is crazy. This is lit. And yeah, it's been cool ever since. He's a hell of a player. He's helping us out, helping Trey. He's making some shots still. He can still play.
I know.
So it's been dope.
All right, excuse me if I say this next one incorrectly, but true or false, you are the Hawks' drip god.
True.
All right, how
least DeAndre knows what we're talking about here.
Glad we could confirm that.
You're
Here's
the
some
best
of your
dressed.
looks.
You're getting these fits off.
Here's some of these
Okay,
looks going.
somebody noticing.
Yeah, we're all noticing.
Ooh.
You got a personal
That was
favorite?
good. That was a summer one, right?
No, what I wear is random. Whatever I think of.
How much planning goes into it though? Before
I wake up, look
That's
in my
it?
closet. Yeah, that's really what it is.
Even if you're in like Los Angeles, it's not different when.
No, I mean when I buy stuff, it's random. I buy a top one day, and then the next day I'll be like, oh, these shoes can go with that. And stuff
Can you help him out, man?
Hey, I have the same sort of style, man.
I mean, he has
he
the
doesn't
socks
think about it
matching
either.
with the shirt. I think he's good.
Okay, sure. Nice compliment. All right, final one here. True or false, DeAndre? You have now gone full Pierre.
False.
That's false. We will see the fro again.
I'm trying to figure this out,
Okay.
man.
Well, explain it to
We're
us.
here for you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out. Normally it's Pierre with the twist,
Yep.
which is my middle name.
Yep.
The afro is normally DeAndre or Dre,
Yep.
but I started doing braids now, so
Yep.
I'm confused myself.
Oh wow! I don't even know who you are sometimes.
Exactly. So, I'm trying to figure myself out now.
But we will see some Pierre here, or
Yes.
some fro or
You'll
DeAndre
see
in the
the
future.
mixture, yes.
Yeah, I'm just as confused now too.
Yeah,
I don't know
exactly.
who I am. Am I Phil? Am I Skeet?
We're
I don't know.
all on the same page then.
Exactly. Hey man, we appreciate you coming on.
No, thanks for having me.
Thanks so much. DeAndre Bembry, guys, continued success the Hawk season. When we come back, we got a brand new batch of weekend whoopsies. Oh, watch out, Derek. Back in a second. Welcome back to the starters, where it's time for some weekend whoopsies, the hoops and the bloops. Let's do this.
Plenty of great ones this weekend. Steph is going to fall on the sideline. He's going to lay out on a water bottle that's going to release some liquid. This is rare.
Squirt Brothers doesn't have quite the same ring.
Oh no, I'll say.
Potential bio candidate, potential future Warrior Robin Lopez is pleasing the Warriors on the bench with his little tea celebration.
Oh, they love it.
Why they want him?
Yeah.
Get this guy on our team.
Curry loves it. Did you see what he did?
The entire bench.
Oh, fantastic. Oladipo's errant pass here makes NBA referee Derek Richardson do a little leapfrog.
That's
yeah.
not an errant pass. That's a bad catch from the ref.
That's a dodge it here, Lee.
Oh.
Gets over and then unfortunately goes down, but he was fine. He was fine. No problem. All right. This next one's interesting. Is it a whoopsie? Is it really a worst of the week candidate? Is it nothing? Blake Griffin,
Oh,
completely ignoring his old boss, Steve Ballmer, who just wants a little handshake.
Did he see him?
Did he see him?
apparently not.
We need the alternate angles.
Well, if he didn't see him, then I guess it's more of a whoopsie.
Yeah.
Right? Tough to say. Tough to say.
Gotta warn you, viewer, something's going to change your TV set. Willie Cauley-Stein breaking cameras.
Oh, baby.
Not even Shaq did that.
Do not adjust your TV
He
set.
just brought down the entire wild stuff there. All right, this one from Sunday. Sixers, Knicks. Jimmy Butler barreling through the lane. Whoa, but there is Courtney Kirkland.
There's a little bit of
Say
romance
about-
on the hardwood.
A little romance on the
Yeah.
hardwood indeed, Lee. Nice bro hug.
Nikola Jokic, fun game, fun guy. He's having a blast.
There's the
These
camera.
moves.
That is how Lee Ellis dabs for sure.
Yeah. Hey, he's got some style, man.
Oh, this is great. In Washington, the in-arena contest. It's called the parking challenge with these kids driving the big wheels. It should be called like the GTA challenge. They're just driving over people. Taking out this poor guy. We're not done. There's more.
Oh, yeah.
There's more. They sort of got it figured out. He's veering. He's veering. He's
Oh! You got a DUI afterwards, I heard.
Giannis Antetokounmpo will take the blame for this pass, but someone probably should have been there. He's an MVP. He doesn't make mistakes.
That's the thought he was passing to himself.
Josh Hart bet Larry Nance that the Redskins would have a better season than the Browns. Well, they didn't. So he had to wear this onesie in today. Redskins were 7-9, Browns 7-8-1. Just barely did it.
Wow.
And finally, yeah, Lakers lost to the Cavs over the weekend. Everybody was a little depressed.
This is like a Sarah
with the
McLachlan
outcome.
commercial.
Yeah. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Tough loss there for the Lakers without LeBron. All right, after the jump, we got Lele's very solid play. We got some wedgies hopefully to get to. Whole lot more. Don't go anywhere. NBA TV, it's Tony Parker's first game back in San Antonio playing for another team. It's Hornets Spurs on the network. That's going to be weird.
Very weird.
Still weird seeing him just playing orange juice, but definitely San Antonio. All right, we asked you, what are some other perfect food commercials for players? You hit us up on Twitter, hashtag the starters. Trey, you got some answers.
Yeah, some good suggestions, like the Terry Rozier spaghetti, sugar, and ranch dressing sandwich. It was very good when he made it on our show once upon a time. Dobrin says that the Banana Boat crew smashes some wine. They certainly do, but my favorite answer is from Sam, who says leftover. It's what's left over. Gotta get Dirk in there.
Friday night's pick'em results. It was the Bucks-Wizards game. Lee and I got it right, taking the Wizards. Got a big win against Milwaukee. Tonight's game, Blazers-Kings. Whoa, what? Everybody taking the Kings? That is unbelievable, but there you have it. I'm sure the Blazers will now win. Lily, very solid play.
Yeah, going out to Orlando. I got a tip about this one too from Twitter user J.E. Skeets, who suggested this for very solid play, and I thought if the fans suggest it, then why not go with it? It's a beauty here from Orlando. Look
That
at the
guy's been
ball.
a fan for a long
I
time.
know. Yeah, look at it. It's still going, still
I
going.
feel like the show's gone
Up like
downhill
Marty.
ever since they added the Australian.
Swish bomb, perfect. That's what I call a very solid play.
Very solid.
We had not one, not two, but three wedgies on the weekend,
What a weekend!
all involving the Philadelphia 76ers.
Goodness.
Jimmy Butler gets a little sticky right
Oh,
there.
there's Bembry. That's close and personal.
On the other side of the floor, Landry Shamet, another Sixer shot. Sticks it. That's number 22 on the season.
Yep.
And it's Mike Muscala blocking it home for the Sixers. This is a great block.
Oh,
Wow, that one was stuck in there.
wow.
Mike Muscala blocking Frank Ntilikina for number 23
Good job,
on
Sixers.
the season.
Yeah, great job, Sixers.
Well done. Now it's time for the highlight that wasn't. Just because a play didn't count doesn't mean it wasn't spectacular. It's the Hawks. Kevin Huerter, after a foul on an inbound, well, he's going to get a shot up, and it's going to go down.
Wow, that's smooth.
Count it.
Yep.
Excellent highlight that wasn't. Tomorrow, we got the Drop Podcast. Get your questions in right now. You can hit us up on Twitter, hashtag the starters. You can email us, thestarters@nba.com. We'll get it up as soon as possible. So keep your eyes and ears open for that one. Thanks so much to DeAndre Bembry for coming on the show tonight. We'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern.
Thanks for joining us, folks. And just another NBA player that Lee Ellis had a great fist bump with.
Couple of drip gods right there.
Raise the night, people.